Um, Welcome everybody to our second prospecting call. People still coming in, so we're going to try and make this a weekly thing, Jason and myself, and then we'll call on other leaders to give us their wealth of knowledge as well. And of course, for everyone on the call, we'd love to hear from you all as well, anything that you may need. And in this call, I wanted to look in particular, I've been reading and rereading Eric Worre's GoPro. It is so good. It completely changed the way I looked at prospecting. And it continues every time I read it, I get more from it. So I kind of wanted to break it down a little bit in these Zooms, just to kind of like make it digestible and really like talk more on each subject in the book. And today, I wanted to look more at finding prospects. For me, at the beginning, it was a bit like, okay, well, I've got my friends and my family. Oh, I've run out of people. But that's not what the professionals do. And it's something that I've learned now is it is expansive. There's always new people coming in. There's a lot to do with what you're putting out, like your vibration. More people are going to come in. You're going to always be adding to that list. It's like a never ending thing. So I just feel abundant with people and friends coming to me. And we're going to speak a little bit on that too. I just thought I'd start with Eric's list of poser, amateur, and professional in terms of when building a list and when we're trying to find our people. And it's like, oh my God, I only know like my mom, my dad, my sister, like my best friend. Okay, this helps us understand how to look at this in a way where it's just like, oh, there's so many people. So I wanted to break that down a little bit. So the way he calls it is the first tier, which is the posers, the people who start in network marketing, and they're just like, they've got amps of enthusiasm, they're so excited, but they haven't got any of those core structures in place, and they don't really know what to do with the enthusiasm. I was very much like this when I started, but because I plugged into the system and used help wherever I could find it from anyone with more experience than myself, I very quickly learned a new way. So Eric talks about posers and how they will make a mental list of about 3, 4, or 5. And their entire future is based upon the response of those few people. So it's like, oh my goodness, okay, my parents have bought it. That means no one else will. That's the end. And you kind of let that defeat you. 80% of people who join in network marketing approach the task of building a new business as a poser. They make a small list and see what happens. They never set out to develop the necessary skills. So what we're trying to provide here, and what Purium does provide, which is incredible, is the education and the skills needed to perfect this, because this is a part of what we do. And it's a wonderful thing. It's a really wonderful thing, like I was just saying before we went live, to be able to build new relationships and friendships. It's part of the best bit about doing the work that we do. So we'll go a little bit more into the education and what Purium provides in terms of that. But this is a very powerful opportunity if it is treated with respect. So for a poser, which is the word he used, their only real chance is luck. So it's kind of the way I looked at it. Well, I was told, luckily, by my uplines, make a list of 100 people. And I was like, I don't know 100 people. Like, what are you talking about? But of course I did know 100 people. And I will go into how we figure out where those 100 people come in from. Do you have anything, Jason, you'd like to add on this, the poser tier, as Eric Worre calls it, in this?
Yeah, no, first of all, I love what you're doing with Eric Worre. I've read Eric Worre on GoPro a couple times, probably about 5 years ago. I definitely want to reread it again. So I highly encourage everyone, if you really want to become a professional network marketer, Eric Worre knows his stuff. He's been in network marketing now, I think almost 30 years in network marketing. So he's a professional, he gets into it deep. So I highly encourage everyone to subscribe to his YouTube channel. If you can do a coaching session with him, please do a coaching session with him. Get on his website. Once we start doing live events, you definitely want to attend a live event of his as well too. Like, this is your business, right? So you're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to have to invest in your business. And Eric Worre is a king. Like, he's a king in network marketing. And if you want to be another king and another queen, yeah, definitely study his information. So when it comes to posers, Eric's right. It wasn't like that for me at the beginning, because I knew the power of network marketing at such a young age. I started when I was 13 years old. So when I got into my 20s, I knew the power of passive residual income. I knew the power of relationship building. I knew the power of, you know, I call it the eighth wonder of the world in finances. You know, like, literally, network marketing, you can come in with the average mind and average income, have no intelligence, have no professional skills, and earn a 6-figure, 7-figure income in 3 to 5 years. Where else can you do that? You know, where else can you do that? But the reason why we have so many posers is because they don't believe the numbers. They don't believe that's possible. So they come in with a family and friend. They might come in through a Facebook connection or a social media connection. They want to support, they want to try out the product. They want to get, you know, they want to be part of the community. They get really hyped up, and within less than 90 days, a lot of them go back to the old same habits and patterns of kind of the train of, you know, working at their job and living a 9 to 5, and they kind of like fell off. And but what really helps you getting out of that poser kind of attitude is really understanding that network marketing is all about the community. It's about family, right? It's about the community. It's about the family. So the more you link arms with your brothers and sisters, like, I'm always using the word family. I'm always using the words brothers and sisters. I never really like saying sponsors or recruiters. I try to make this feel like home. Like, we're all doing this together. We're all cheering each other on. And the more you come like that type of attitude and that type of feeling inside of you, you're not worried. You're not really worried so much about time, about like, okay, I got to do this at this particular time. You're not really worried about like competition with each other, because you know that we're all rooting each other. And this is what keeps up motivation. This is what keeps up the inspiration to study more and to be part of the trainings more, because now we're coming together as a family. Posers don't do that. Posers kind of like, they live up on the hype. They live up trying to do everything by themselves, and they don't plug in. And there's only so much motivation that will get you so far. There's, I have a mentor that calls them, it's kind of mean, but like, they're motivational idiots. Like, they're not educating themselves in motivation, right? So the motivation, we all lose motivation. We all lose inspiration. But what gets me to do another voice message, or what gets me to talk to another person? It's coming together as a family and connecting with each other energetically, so we can link arms and motivate each other to follow the next step that we can do. So I just wanted to touch a little bit base on the poser. You're on mute, Alice. Alice, you're on mute.
I'm on mute. Thank you so much, Jason. It's true. That's such a big part of it. And what I find with the people who are excited and really like it, but then they're not willing to take the next steps necessary. And number one is to plug in with the family and see this like a family group. And if you look at all the leaders in this, they are all like that. We are all linking together in this time of like great unity on the planet. So it's so important. So the people that try and do it alone, like buck the system, though we all kind of are doing that in our own way, there are guidelines that have been put there for a reason, and these incredible systems in place that Purium have been working on for 30 years that work. They're here to help us. They're not here to try and tell us what to do, or I don't know, we're always trying to buck it, but the proof is in the pudding. The people that do the system and follow it, it works for. So that's what we're always going to put forward. Use the tools at our disposal. Use them because they're amazing. Our tools are amazing. The app, the app guys, so good. But second to that, Eric goes on to talk about amateurs. Now, an amateurs will make a written list, which is a step in the right direction. Of course, you want to be putting things out on paper. It's manifestation. It's really important to put that down. It kind of brings it into reality. So we want to write a list. They will a list. Oh, sorry, there's someone just on. Okay, they'll make a list of about 100 people and charge out. They're really excited, just like messaging them, talking about the opportunity, but with not a lot of skill. So they're probably putting out like a message that they've written the same for everyone else. It's kind of a bit salesy and a bit awkward, and it's not following the way that's more natural and more building of like a friendship. And I've definitely did that for a little bit until Allison saw it and was like, what on earth is this? Please never do this again. I was like, okay, I'll never do that again. But it's good because the lack of results, for some, the lack of results is like, oh, it doesn't work. Network marketing's terrible. I quit. Like, it's just not working. So there's no taking that in ownership of, oh, okay, so that's cool. That didn't work. So what can I do now that does work? It's a lot of it's mindset. So they're going out, they're charging out, and their list starts to diminish because they're throwing it out and people aren't responding, or they're interested, but then the amateur doesn't really know how to follow up with the interest, and their anxiety is going to get high, and they're starting to fear running out of people to talk to. And that is something that a lot of people come to me with, like, I just don't have anyone else to reach out to. Like, I've exhausted my list. And I'm like, oh, if only you knew, let's talk about this, because that goes on to the next part of it, which is, well, first, our tools, like I was saying before, are proven and duplicatable. We want to make everything that we're doing just easy to pass down to everyone else that we're working with. Easy, ease, fun, easeful play. It's that, but it's also about having that, that built-in inner drive, and also dedication. And you've got to be a little bit hard on yourself. You've got to have that mindset, because self-love to me is discipline, and there is discipline involved in this. So, and it's hard for us who don't really want to do things as we're told, but discipline is self-love. So has this happened to anyone in the room so far? Has anyone here found that they've kind of come to a stage in their business, or have done previously, where they're like, oh my goodness, I'm running out of people, I don't even know what to do now? Anyone drop a 1 in the chat if you've like felt like that before? Because there was a point at which I did, until I understood it a little bit more. Okay, cool. Yeah. So a lot of people have had this problem, and it's really good that we come here so we can address that, because finding quality people is a skill. It's a skill, and a core skill that we have to develop. So we never stop adding. Even if we start with our list of 100, we never stop adding to that active candidate list. It becomes your active candidate list. It's your database of people. And that is the most important thing we have. It's our database, because the people that we are adding onto the list, if you think about it this way, so who is it that they know as well? Who is it that they may know that may be interested in this? And you've got to go a little bit deeper in your list. So your list is going to be, okay, this is kind of weird to think about at the beginning. And it always is for me, people from your school, people from organizations you've been involved in, people you don't even like, just anyone you know, 18 years old, 100 years old. Just write it down, get it all down on paper, empty your mind onto a bit of paper, onto a PDF, onto a beautiful manifestation board, whatever it is, to make room for new people to come into your head, because you're carrying this around all the time. I have a PDF, I have a list, I have a notepad, I'm continually adding to it. And I know that a lot of the leaders are always doing that too. So we want to aim for 2 new people a day too. And that's not hard. Think about social media. If you're posting every day, if you're putting out your polls, who wants to join on a cleanse, if you're doing a PHP live video, people are going to be commenting on that, following you. There's at least 2 new people on that. So this is how it keeps growing. It's never running out. You're continually building as we are putting ourselves out there and talking more openly about this. The list continues to grow. It is a never-ending build of new opportunities, new people to reach. If someone else isn't interested, do they know anyone else that maybe, oh, they've given us 3 new people to reach out to. It's never ending. It's really abundant. And if we're in that abundance mindset of, there are so many billions, was it like 9 billion people on the planet, all of whom eat food and need food to survive. That is a lot of people, there's so many, and there's enough for everyone. It's important to note, because there's so much, there's the old paradigm of lack. There is enough people for everyone here. We're not going to need to fight over people. And that is not what we do in this company. What we do is we help each other. We want to reach people. If someone else gets someone, that's a win. So all of this adds to the abundance mindset, and more people will come to you when you're in that vibration, because you're going to get that matched by you. But Vanessa is
I just want to say, you also get a higher quality of person when you're in abundance mindset. When you're in, because as you were saying, like attracts like. So when you're in lack mindset, you're going to attract people who have lack. When I first started, I was in lack mindset, and I was attracting a lot of people who were in that mindset, in that vibration. And then as I started to grow and have my posture change and grow into abundance mindset, then you're going to attract the right people, the motivated people, the people who are in that mindset. It's so important to do that inner work, looking into yourself when you see the kind of people that, you're going to start seeing the kind of people that you're attracting, and start to let that reflect, come back to yourself.
Beautiful input. Exactly. As we grow in posture, the people that
what's your image?
Yeah, and you can speak on that, Jason.
Yeah, your image is so important. Like I look at myself as a divine celestial king. Like I feel rich, I feel wealthy. Just like look around yourself, like the unlimited abundance in our world, right? Now just look at the world we live in, the abundance of nature, the abundance of animals, like the abundance of people. Like we're a part of that. So that vibration, that energy is being put out all the time. And one thing I wanted to mention too with Eric is on here, which I love. He says, don't judge anyone and don't qualify anyone, especially in the beginning. When you're a brand new brand partner and you're coming in, you don't want to qualify anyone. You don't want to judge anyone. Everyone wants great health. Everyone is eating. Well, not everyone wants great health, but everyone is eating, right? So, it's like you want to do the best that you can to, of course, build your vibration of abundance, of course, and feel like you're royalty, because that's who you are. The more you feel like you're royalty and the more you feel unlimited and infinite, it's going to be easier for you to attract more like-minded people that feel the same way as you, and they'll be more loyal and committed to be part of the team. They'll be more loyal and committed to be part of the process. So it's super, super key to really work on the unlimited abundance inside of you.
You're showing me, yeah.
I know, I keep muting myself and then speaking. That it's perfect. And I love that, like, you see yourself as a divine celestial king. That's so powerful. And it's that in holding yourself in that way that
people will see you as that.
They will, exactly. It's very powerful stuff. And then it all just starts to flow more easily. So it's so much about mindset. And there are 4 steps that Eric give to creating this skill and building the skill and mindset that we kind of need to attract the people we want. So there's just people coming in. So like I said, make your list as comprehensive as possible. Every person you can think of. It may sound silly, but like I said, really young, the old, people you don't like, people from your school, every organization, every group, friends from holidays. You meet people on holidays and you bond with them. What about those people you'd forgotten about? All of the people, just get them down, like brain dump, everything, write it down. And this is really cool to remember. We're always only 6 contacts away from every other person in the world. The concept that we're always 6 people away from everyone else. That's really cool. So that means that we looking at our list and thinking about people they know. So the people on our list, the people that they know are only the second degree of separation. So chances are that you'll know most of the people they know as well. And this happens a lot in this. So we're all kind of connecting with people, and then we'll notice that, oh my God, they know them. Like, it's such a small world, but it is, because we're all kind of so connected in this way. It's kind of cool. And also another thing is like looking at your family and who do they know? Like the people in your direct family friends, who are their friends? So I've gone down this path, and I'm like, my goodness, my parents are musicians. Everyone who's a musician that I know has gout, they're alcoholic. My parents were always in that kind of industry, and yeah, musicians need this. So I've been going down the family friends list, and everyone's been like, gosh, I didn't know that you could reverse gout. And I was like, I didn't know gout still existed today, to be honest. So it's really good that we can help people from those different lists. And right, so constantly expanding the list. It never stops growing. And the pros, the professionals in this, like I said before, they add 2 people a day. That is not overwhelming. 2 people a day, like we say on social media, 2 new people comment on your post. Brand new prospects, brand new friendships, brand new opportunities to share what it is that we have with them.
And even likes, even if someone likes 2 new likes.
The likes are great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real quick too, Alice, real quick. There's people on here that don't get a lot of likes on social media.
Okay.
So there's right. So if you're not getting a lot of likes on social media, whether you're doing a live, a video, or a post, you might have to check your friends list. You might have to go through your friends list and kind of see, you know your friends list better than I do, and see who needs to be kind of deleted out. And then you need to start adding yourself to groups, network marketing groups, vegan groups, vegetarian groups, professional groups, real estate groups, and start adding. What I did at the beginning is I started adding people to my friends list, people that I looked up to, people that I looked as professionals, people that were nutritional specialists, chiropractors, holistic practitioners, people that had a professional image. They were vibrant and colorful on Facebook. And I literally started deleting some of my friends list that I knew weren't really plugging into me. And then I started adding new people that I wanted connections with. And this is what helped me expose myself with new people on social media when I wanted to get more likes, when I wanted to get more connection and interest in my post, in my videos.
Yeah, great point, Jason. It's so true. And something else you can do is say, I'm going through my friends list. I'm going to be deleting people who don't engage with me. If you want to stay, then let me know now, because anyone who hasn't been engaging, I'm just going to be cleansing out. So that's a good opportunity. Maybe there's a few people who like from afar, and then they're going to be more active with you. And you're also going to get more respect, like if you're saying that, like, yeah. Also, by the way, a lot of people aren't getting likes, but look at yourself. Are you liking and commenting on others, right? Because we're going to get, and it's not right away. That this happened to me for months. I was like, I'm engaging with everyone and no one's engaging back with me. It takes time, but it does pay off. You have to like and engage with others' posts to receive that back in yours.
It's an energy.
You got to play with the algorithm. It's an art of the algorithm. You got to play with it back and forth. That's part of, when you're growing as a leader, you're going to be releasing toxic people in your life. They might be your family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Really close friends,
family blog.
But that's part of stepping up and becoming a very strong leader within our community. That's just part of the evolution of the process. So embrace it and allow that in.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love it. And I've got this is statistic. I can't say it. Statistic I love. It is that if you add 2 new people to your list, 6 days a week for a year, that's 600 new people a year. Over 5 years is 3,000. That's so many new friendships, new people to connect with, new building of like the web of everything. That is what an amazing opportunity. And people keep pointing out, yes, it's a 2-way street. We've got to have connections on both sides. And it's a joy. You have to look at it like an absolute joy that this is our job. to connect. What a joy that is. Truly, we love it. And also, when prospecting, it doesn't mean you hit them with your pitch the moment that you meet them. You add them to the list, you make friends with them, you develop and nurture a connection, and when the time is right, you help them to understand what it is you have to offer. So it's not just adding a load of people and just sending a message to all of them about this. No. We're farmers. Your favorite analogy, we're farmers. We plant the seeds, we water them, we tend them, and we let it grow. We're not hunters. It's a very masculine approach that I can't get down with. Like it's not right. It's
what gives actually a lot of network marketing a bad name, is when you see these pitches that people just send out, and then they don't like network marketing. So they're like, they get this like script. So we don't do that in Purium. We're all very authentic here. And that's what actually does, that's why we're so well received in the world. Like I don't think Purium is part of that stigma, because we're trained to really be authentic. And it's all about, you have to love making connections, even if you don't at first. It's like that joy in connecting with people and being interested in them is going to build that trust. And then they're probably going to ask you what you do. You know, we have to allow for when we're creating a connection and we're asking them questions, well, by the way, that they're going to ask us questions too. So, you know, it's just building a trust relationship.
It is about trust. Exactly.
And building that trust on social media is allowing yourself to be really open and raw and vulnerable in your post. You can build trust like that, you know, and I know it can be really scary and challenging at times, but if you present yourself as a regular human being that goes through their own challenges, but then you have solutions that you've overcome it, you're building a social connection with people. And then that's when more people will be a little bit more interested in some of the things that you might throw with them when it comes to Purium. So, you know, treat this as a friendship community. Like everyone is your friend and you want to get to know them. You want to ask questions about them. You want to build a really love-based new friendship with them, be really sincere and authentic with them, get to know their background, get to know their passions, get to know some of the struggles that they're in right now, and then create solutions for them. You know, be in the flow of conversation. Always be in the flow of conversation. Don't try to force the conversation to get to your pitch. Don't try to force it, you know, be in the flow of conversation, just like you would be at a dinner table or in like a holiday, like get together with your family and friends, and you're meeting new people at a holiday dinner, right? You don't just immediately pitch an idea to them. You're getting to know them, their background, what they do for a living, their work, their family, you know, where they've traveled to, you know, and then eventually it just comes back around and then they start asking questions about you. Well, Jason, what do you do? Oh, well, I'm a superfoods consultant for an amazing whole foods company called Purium. What? You're a superfoods consultant? Like you're a health nut? Yeah, I'm pretty much a health nut. Yeah. That's me. I've been like that for 20 years. And then the conversation, you know, and then that's the art of flow of conversation. And then, you know, then you can talk a little bit about what, you know, your ideas and what you can help them with.
I just want to add to that we are all, when we work in Purium, so if you're a partner in Purium, you can actually call yourself a lifestyle transformation coach.
It's what we are.
So we all, I don't know if we all know that here, but we all have, we even if we don't feel it at the beginning, because we just started this, we actually, you know, we're legitimately lifestyle transformation coaches. We are helping people with lifestyle transformations. And so it helps to have sometimes like a title. When someone asks you what you do, you get a little bit like, I don't know what to say. And so that's one of the things you can say, or what Jason said, being a superfoods consultant or an affiliate with, you know, affiliate is a great word too. We're affiliate with a Whole Foods, plant-based, organic superfoods company. So just get to know your title so that when someone asks, you say it proudly.
You know what you are. Yes, I love it. And it's important as well to network on purpose. So do it with a purpose. So the professionals don't hide from the world. They're openly out there engaging. They know what they're trying to achieve. They know how they can help people. They're here with the solution. So getting out there, engage, do lives, make yourself seen, widen your reach, and find your voice. That's why the why is so important. And why is it so important that we are heard and we get our message out there? There's a bigger mission in all of this. It's bigger than us. And stepping out of our own way to allow that authenticity to shine through is extremely, extremely important. But just checking the time at this stage, we thought that we would like to ask if any of you get faced what things you get faced with that scare you around this subject, because we've all got our hang-ups with prospecting, speaking to people, reaching out. So we've got lots of leaders, and we've got Jason as well on this call. So it'd be great to open the floor to anyone who has anything in particular that they're struggling with or want to share, and we can help the best we can. We could even do a little role play. We love a role play.
Alice.
Hi.
It's Melinda. Hi, I would like to add something to that. Where, you know, I've been taking Purium products for almost 5 years, and I am a true believer in holistic lifestyle and having Purium products. But I was telling Eric, one self-limiting belief that I have is that, like, when I post things, sometimes I wonder if the audience is saying in their minds, like, what the heck is she doing? She's not a licensed health coach or a licensed health practitioner. So who is she to give us advice on, you know, practices dealing with health? So I don't know. Can anyone else relate to me with that? I hope so. I'm not the only one.
Both of us have, we've talked about this at length.
This is a big one.
Yeah, Alice, I mean, you had a huge following, and but not for health, for being a model and tattooed and everything. So it wasn't necessarily people following her, weren't there for the health consultant. For me, I was a fashion designer. So people, when I started this, I was like, why are they going to listen to me? And okay, do you want to start? And then I'll say something.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So it's funny because there's always that thing in the back of our head, like, we aren't, who are we to say this, and worrying what other people think, but it only matters what we think of ourselves. And Melinda, you say you've been doing this for 5 years. You're more qualified than most people I know, you know? So it's like understanding what value it is that you have to share. You need to keep sharing it because you can help so many people. So it's almost like you've got to, like, step through your own fear of these what other people are thinking. Of course, there's always going to be, I don't know, 1 or 2 people in the background with their limiting beliefs about themselves, but they're projecting it onto you anyway. You have this amazing platform, and this stance, this 5 years of taking this, that's a lot more than me. It's an amazing place to be at. So it's just, I think, to do with this, it will just be more work on your belief in yourself, your self-confidence, knowing that what you have to offer is going to help so many people. I'm sure even now, Melinda, you've already helped so many people change their lives in many different ways doing this. Like, so it's like, look at your wins, look at the positives, look at all the great things that have happened to you since taking these foods and now joining and being with this community. So just focusing on what it is that we can control. And that is the energy that we're putting out there and what we've got to say to the world. I think that's what helped me. I was like, well, this really changed my life. So I don't care if people are like, who are you? I'm like, well, this changed me. I'm just speaking from my personal story, in that this completely changed my life. I have no depression now. I don't have leaky gut. People need to hear that. That's a big thing. So they can take it from me. They can take it from someone else. I don't care who they take it from, as long as people have the knowledge, and I know I've shared it with them so that they can make a decision.
Yeah, that's amazing. And perfect stuff that, like Alice said, but I just want to share, for me, it's like, you have to get like, as Alice said, you have to get out of your own way, because we are going to help so many people. And because I'm not, like, I love to use that. I love how, you know, what Jason said at the beginning, when he said, this is the only industry we can make it, not having education, not having, you know, all this experience and all of this stuff, because I want to show the average person what they can do. Like, so I relish in the fact that I don't have like all these degrees, and I'm not some, like, you know, really overqualified specialist, because I am just here to show the average person. I want to empower people that they can do this too. So I take that as a positive that I'm on the ground with them. Like I am where you are, but I'm helping people. And, you know, it's to get out of your own way. Exactly. We got to help people. So whoever the message comes from, that's the mission is more important.
Yeah, your emotional connection. When you first joined, Melinda's been in 5 years now, right? So she literally sees herself as a life transformational coach, life coach. When someone that just gets involved, it's very hard for them to call themselves a superfood consultant. It's very hard for them to have this mindset of I am a life coach, like I'm a life transformational coach. Your story is going to change it. Your emotional connection with your own experimentation with the superfood products and how it's benefiting you, that personal story is the story, all that you need to be successful. That story will get you to saying the title. It might be 30 days, it might be 60 days, it might be 90 days, it might be a week. Really, just really depends on you. But that individual emotional connection to your own personal experimentation with the superfood products, that story right there, people want to hear. People want to hear it. So just keep sharing that story. Another thing that helps too, copy and paste your leaders. It's okay to copy and paste everything that your leaders do. I still do it. 20 years of network marketing, I'm still sharing other people's personal testimonials. Personal testimonials of other people in the company is very, very powerful when you're beginning in a network marketing company, in the beginning of Purium's evolution for you to become a leader. Sharing other people's testimonials, sharing your success story and being creative around all of that until you can get to a point of having that title and saying it confidently will create many, many successful results for you.
Yeah, no, that's
very powerful.
Did that make you feel a little bit more comfortable, Melinda, in sharing?
Yes, definitely. I think like for me, and I don't know if any of you saw, but I did my first live by myself because I've always done lives with other people. So Eric was like, oh, just keep it like 30 seconds so it's not so intimidating. I ended up speaking 1 minute and 40 seconds on my live yesterday. So I think, you know, even though I myself have been living a holistic lifestyle for about 20 years, it's getting out of my skin and in the new role of being a communicator to other people and sharing it with other people. That's a different feeling than just me living the lifestyle. So it's just getting comfortable, you know, with that new role of being like a spearhead of health for other people. And it did feel good yesterday, I have to admit. Even though I was nervous as heck, it did feel good for me to go live. I told Eric today that I have this burning desire to do it again today. So stand by.
Yay!
Yes, congratulations. You ripped the Band-Aid off. That's the thing. Once you've done it once, it's such a high. It's like, oh, just to be able to go and just speak my truth is like therapy.
So liberating.
It's so
and it's liberating for others, by the way, Melinda. When you
It's
do
the
that,
same.
we are giving permission to others. And you know, when we play small, we are not doing any favors to anyone. When we stand in our truth, in our power, we are empowering those around us.
Oh, I feel the energy from when you came in and asked the question to now. The whole energy in your voice is different because you're starting to understand how powerful you are and what you've got to share, Melinda. You're amazing.
The lives are awesome. Doing lives will rebrand everything about you. People that will want to truly follow you will stay in your friends list. People that don't really want to follow you, they'll delete themselves from your friends list. Like you're rebranding your entire self. Lives is probably, in my opinion, the most powerful recruiting process on social media, because when you're doing a live, they see the face, they see the image, they feel your energy, they feel your success story, they hear your voice. They have an ability to interact with you through comments. Like it's almost as powerful as talking to them face to face. That's how powerful a live is. That's why we're encouraging everyone to do a 3-minute live, a 2-minute live. Share your success around Purium, share your excitement around this community, share yourself on a live, because that's when the attraction marketing starts happening and people will start gravitating to you.
Can I just add something to that?
Yes. Jason.
So yes, you know what? I want a little tip. Before you're going to go live, first of all, drink a Can't Beat This, because that energy, you're going to feel so, your energy and dance before, like do something before that's going to raise your vibrations. So like, yeah, have a Can't Beat This, pop some aminos, dance, and then go on there, because that energy is going to be felt when you go on and you're not feeling it. It's going to be felt too. So just make sure you got like that little, like I have a little like pet pack. I always have a Can't Beat This before I go live.
I love that. That's such a good idea. And then, yeah, because you want to carry that energy through. You can even on your live then make it about, I've just had Can't Beat This. I have so much energy. This is incredible. Like I am high off fruit. This is amazing. You can do it about that. And it's like what you were saying, Jason, just before. This is like doing a prospecting call, but with way more people than just one. It's the same thing. It could be a Zoom, but it's just a live. People are asking you questions or interacting. It's so powerful. And that's why we're so lucky to be with an amazing company like Purium, who now reward us with the widen your reach for actually stepping out of our comfort zones and doing things like lives and videos, which most of the time people are like, I don't even want to be seen. And then we're widening our reach, we're growing our posture, we're attracting new people to our group. It's incredible. It's so powerful. So that's another great thing to do for prospecting. But has anyone else got anything else? Because I know there's a few people on here who have been messaging me saying that they're struggling with this kind of thing. So what is it that you're finding difficult? Is it just starting?
What I find some people have issues too is they get very easily distracted with social media. So they get on social media, they have the intentions to do a live or a voice message or a post, and then they get caught up with other people's testimonies. I get caught up with other posts and so watching other people's videos, and these are part of programs and distractions that have been in you forever. They're self-sabotaging programs. You got to recognize this in yourself. One of the major reasons why people have a lot of time struggling is because you're self-sabotaging you. Like you're purposely putting things in the way and you're constantly hitting yourself in the wall, like in your head in the wall. You're just like, dump, I'm going to do this, but nope, I got to do this, and it's like you're constantly self-sabotaging yourself. You got to change those patterns. You got to change those habits. Like, if you notice yourself watching too many YouTube videos, or you notice yourself, connecting with other posts that just you don't need to connect with, like you need to stop doing that and really treat, social media and this technology as your business. Like when I get on, I'm thinking business. When I get on, I'm thinking life coaching. When I get on is who am I going to connect with? When I get on, like, I'm treating that as a business. So, yeah, we don't want to get distracted. Those programs you need to let go of those old programs that have been sabotaging your success in network marketing.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of us, it's like ADD, we're on the social media. I do the same thing. I'll go on for a purpose. What really helped was like it's like you have to have intention when you're going on there. It's like you have 30 minutes. I like how Taz breaks down her schedule. She has 30 minutes to reach out to 10 people, so it's like you have a timer and like you're just there to do one thing. Then you can reward yourself with, having some free play on social media. But, when you have your things to do them in the morning. First of all, I like to do the things I don't want to do necessarily in the morning. So like not that I don't love doing shout outs, but sometimes, shout outs are hard, or like doing the follow-ups are hard, like things that kind of like, not that they're hard, but they're something that is like, you're not going to want to do it later in the day. Like you just do it in the morning when you're like still fresh.
Yeah. And
just knock out all of those things. Like do a bunch of follow-ups in the morning and stuff like that. Definitely have like a discipline
again. And Sarah, I know that you've been speaking to me in your inner hair appointment, but you've written You'll find speaking to people in person and people who are following along are just congratulating, and you feel awkward or pushy, but you don't know how to start, you feel lost. That is self-sabotage in itself that you might not be able to see. Just starting, just reaching out, starting to build connections.
We all started there.
Yeah.
We all started feeling awkward, feeling totally like I felt so out of my comfort zone, reaching out to anyone. And, you know, all these things, like we seem like we're extroverts, but actually most of the most successful people in network marketing are actually introverts. You don't need to be an extrovert. A lot of us, this is a learned, we just got more comfortable over time. Like Alice hears me now doing voice notes and she's always like, nailed it,
like, oh,
nailed it.
Damn.
I'm like, oh, cool. I never could do that before, you know? And so it's just over time, you get more and more comfortable, but you have to break that seal and you have to sound a little bit awkward at the beginning. It's part and parcel. You're going to lose a few people at the beginning. Don't worry about it. That's the abundance. That's where we have to, like, you know, we're in abundance mindset. There are so many people. If you mess it up a few times, they'll come back. Don't worry. They're going to learn that you know, I had people 2 years ago who I was like, I could not speak to people. And then now they're like seeing me in a different light. And now they're like respecting me more. And it's just because, you know, I didn't lose them, even though I screwed it up with them. It's okay. They came back now 2 years later when they're ready, when I was ready. So just don't worry about, you're never going to mess anything up permanently with anyone who's meant to be helped by you.
But in not starting, you're messing it up because you're stopping yourself from getting all the blessings from helping people.
You gotta fuck up. You gotta fuck up at the beginning. It's part of, yeah.
And Fabian raised his hand, I believe. Did you have something to add, Fabian?
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Fuck up was it? Thank you. That's my word. So no, it's just I think, how about to start with somebody that liked your post, you know? You just reach out to them and say like, hey, thank you for liking my post or sharing my post. And you just, you know, start somewhere with that, you know, that's an icebreaker already. And especially I think during these times where we lack actually personal contact, or even like, you know, we're all sitting at home, there is like this strange situation going around where we're not leaving our house and so on, and not meeting people. It's like people are really surprised and happy if they meet somebody else and if they can do conversation or something, you know. And we just have to get over that and say, okay, no, I just go with that and thank them for liking my post. And then you will be, next time you will be more secure in actually go ahead and do it a little bit different. You know, you start being creative and try different angles and just asking them how they're doing. It's just a simple question, but that's how I usually start. And then you see or ask questions, right? Asking questions is the best, really, just to they see, oh wow, he's interested in me, and like that you just build up communication, and you build up a genuine conversation where they feel heard and understood. So that's really how I started.
That was such a great ad, Fabian. That is exactly it. When in doubt, and Alice just put it in the comments there, when in doubt, ask questions, because people just want to be seen. At the end of the day, what else do people want? They just want to be seen, you know, and we don't know who hasn't been seen out there and who's never been. So imagine just reaching out to someone who's just had a terrible day, who know, and just say, oh, or, you know, if they're doing, like, there's so many ways we can reach out to people that are completely not scary, not threatening. Like, as Fabian said, how are you doing? Like, how is it going? I thank you for liking my post. Like, these are non-threatening ways of starting a conversation with people.
Or you can look at their post and find something on there. It's like, I love that last post you did. It's beautiful how it was written. I love the context. Like, it's, you know, compliment them on something that they've done and started up that way. That's another beautiful, easy way. And it's lovely to with absolute, only if you mean it, but then it's
so good. It feels so good. Yeah.
Do you have
maybe also put the post out that you ask a question, you know, ask like an open question saying like, what do you like about that? Or what is your favorite color or something like that? Or maybe something more in going into a topic, but people want to answer, people want to interact, you know. If you just put something out that doesn't generate some feedback, then some people will just look at it and say, okay, maybe it worked for him, or maybe, well, that's what he does. But if you actually include like an interaction with an open question, that invites people to start conversation with you, and then it's much easier to reply on that and start the conversation with them.
Yeah, Fabian, I appreciate it. And another thing too is when you're connecting with people love receiving positive feedback. People love it.
Who does not?
Who doesn't, right? Who
Yeah.
doesn't? So it's just like, you know, if you're having struggling, you know, connecting with people, give them a compliment. Show them that, you know, you've checked out their profile, and you know, and that, you know, that you like what they're involved with, and you know, that you share the same similar interest. And you know, people want to be seen, people want to be heard, people want to be understood, people want to be liked. They want to be loved just like you and I, you know. So if you treat them the way you would want to be treated, it's a very simple art of communication. It's an art of communication where the communication becomes a little bit more free and flowing, because you're literally talking to yourself. How would yourself want, like, how would you want to be interacted with yourself, with other people that you're coming in contact with? You know, so it's a great method that I use when I'm connecting with people all across the world as well.
I want to remind everyone to remember how they were. So Jason makes a great point that how would you want to be approached? Remember how you were first approached. What got you into this? Like what got you here? And that's what's going to duplicate, because whatever worked for you is probably going to work for other yous out there, right?
Exactly. I had that discussion yesterday just with Sarah and with Whitney. I told them, hey, listen, just remember how you came on board. You know, what was it that I said, or that maybe in my case, what Allison said, right? How did she approach me? What got my interest sparked? You know, where was that curiosity? I stick with it. I did not say yes in the first weeks or even in the first month, but I knew this is something that will stick with me. I was just not ready because I had other things I needed to sort out. But I knew this is interesting to me, and I knew already back then I did not only want to be a customer, I wanted to be a brand partner. So it just took some time. And sometimes people really, if you plant the seed, as you said, like we're farmers, right? We give some water, we plant the seed, we give some more water, and then you know, we leave some time. You know, we're not the people that are jumping at other people and saying like, now I hunt you down and you have to say yes. It's not working that way. So some people came around, after a year as customers, for example. They knew they had like a gift card from me, and they kept it, and they knew, and they said, oh, I have this from you. I really want to try that. And it was over a year. So sometimes it takes longer, but I also agree on Jason and what you said in terms of you can make it really click fast. There are some ways, and if you look into Eric Worre and also Big Al Schreiter, there are some good ways. He's really a good nerd of the network marketing. It's amazing. Yeah, that's really. I'm just still revisiting certain parts of that book. It's so good. It's so good. I can really recommend it to everyone.
I'm just writing down the title of that book you're talking about now.
Another thing, and Alice and I both said this at the same time. We think the same now. So how we were saying that people like to be asked question, they like interactive, right? They want to be asked a question. So another great way that we're finding success with widening our reach is asking questions in polls and stories.
Polls
are gold. So, because then, yeah, you're pulling in people that you would have never reached out to. You're asking a question, so it's not like you're approaching anyone. It's a very passive way to get people in your funnel.
And a lot of people who have commented on mine have been like, I've been too nervous to reach out. So thank you for reaching me. And I wouldn't have thought of reaching that particular person. So like you said, and with the polls, putting it a double, I say this a lot, a double positive, yes, give me more info, or I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
It's like,
so it's never yes and no. You don't, there's no in this. There's yes and I need more information, because absolutely I'll be a yes. So keep it really positive, keep it light. Maybe twin the poll with, I usually start with like a little video being like, oh, I'm about to start a new round of the cleanse. I can't wait to see what's going to be better for me this time around, because every time I do it, it's so amazing. I'm just going to drop a poll. Let me know if anyone else is interested. Just pop the poll in on the video, just because you're giving yourself for just a few seconds and then putting your poll up. So people are like, oh, it's so good.
Kathleen is saying, I need to learn how to do, if you're on Instagram, it's in stories, and you see like in the, maybe I'm going to do a little,
we'll upload a little video
just doing it. Yeah. Okay. Shai's going to show you.
Yeah.
And another thing you can do is ask other questions that aren't related to Purium, so that you're leading up to it. People like Jess, who's here, Baby Steps to Zero Waste. She was making coconut milk, and she decided to say, guess what I'm making, you know, and then she put two options. And it's just like, you know, I like that. It was like, people like, she had 130 people responding on the stupid question, right? People like to like respond to questions. They feel like they're part of this game or something. So just like leading up, like have a bunch of different little questions. People really like to engage with stories and that. So it's a really good tool.
Yeah. Oh, and I love these because we could just talk forever. We're coming to the end, but Jason, do you have any last words that you'd like to leave for everyone on the call and everyone who's going to watch?
First of all, I love being here. Allison, we have so many strong leaders on here. This is phenomenal. Like, I'm just so super excited to be part of this team. Remember, everyone, your magic. Express that creativity and that magic out in these social media platforms. Like your magic, you know, just use your glitter hands and just throw it out there, you know, and be silly with it, have fun with it, dance with it, sing with it, connect with it, interact with it, and put yourself in a place where you can be just outrageously happy and thankful in most of moments of your life. And if you do that, you know, things become a little bit more easier. They do. So just last words.
Beautiful last words. Thank you everyone who came on. This will be put up on Kind Human Tribe for anyone who wants to send that to their brand partners, letting them know, or to rewatch it, because there's always so many nuggets on these calls from everyone. It's like, it's incredible, but you're all amazing. We love you guys so much. We're in this together, and we will do this again next week.
And just Melinda, it takes 1 year. Planting the taro pouches takes 1 year to decompose. I just want to let Melinda know that.
Okay, have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you, Jason, so much.
Thank you.
Fabian.
Guys, have a good one. Thank you, Fabian.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.